Blackstone Publishing presents The Ammonite Violin and Others by Caitlín R. Kiernan. This book is read by Neil Hellegers, Exie Sands, Paul Woodson, Lauren Ezzo, Chelsea Stevens, and Kevin Kenerly. To the memory of Diane Arbus, in lieu of the eloquence of silence.
Making Her Own Light, an Introduction, by Jeff VanderMeer. Some writers cannot help themselves. Some writers, by the sheer complexity and reach of their imaginations, will always be somewhat unclassifiable. For this reason, it's their view of the world we value, not the category in which a publisher places them. These are the writers who create what they find to be perfectly normal, only to be told it is strange. Such writers I value the most, for they are sui generis. Caitlín R. Kiernan is one of these writers, and in The Ammonite Violin and Others, she goes to very strange places indeed. In effect, she has created a collection that positions supernatural elements of myth and folktale in a place far more primal than even their original context. In a radical move that no doubt came to her as naturally as a dolphin takes to swimming, Kiernan has managed, through texture and point of view, to show us the reality of these archetypes. Angela Carter, in a collection like The Bloody Chamber, reclaimed iconic stories for feminism, but still used her lush prose in a stylized way that mimicked the flatness of tales, which are generally two-dimensional compared to short stories. Kiernan has accomplished something much more subversive. Hers is a kind of dirty, modern lyricism. Like many of the decadents, her prose is, yes, lush, but it's also muscular, allows for psychologically three-dimensional portraits of her characters, and has the flexibility to be blunt, even shocking. Mermaids, selkies, vampires, and fairies all make appearances in this collection. However, the method of description and storytelling creates a sheer physicality and alien quality to the context for these creatures that both humanizes them, in the sense of making them real if not always understandable, and makes it impossible to see them as just people in disguise or as caricatures we can dismiss because they exist solely for our passing frisson of unease or terror, which is so often the case when writers describe monsters. Part of this authenticity, part of the reason I find them disturbing, comes from the simple fact that the people in these stories don't really survive their encounter with the supernatural. Whether in, among others, Madonna Literalis or the two Metamorphosis stories, this inability to survive can be literal or figurative or...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?